So why do we want to check our genes? We want to check our genes so that we can live our lifestyle in accordance with the genes to optimize our performance and our health and our longevity. So the way I think about it, the way I think about genes is that's the hand of cards that you're dealt in life. So you can't change that, but you can change how you play the cards. So if I'm playing cards with you and I get dealt a terrible hand, but I know how to play the game really well, and you get dealt an amazing hand, but you don't know how to play the game really well, I might win even though I have bad cards. And the way that works with genes is you might get dealt not the best genes, but as long as you're living a lifestyle that is in accordance with those genes, meaning if you've got genes that make you susceptible to problems with saturated fats, for example, you don't eat the saturated fats, you're not going to have problems from it. If you have genes that, for example, make you susceptible to early dementia, if you work shift work and then you work shift work, you're more likely to have early dementia versus if you don't have those genes and you work shift work, you might be fine. So the nice thing with this is it's kind of a blueprint almost to figure out how to best live your life. And that's why we see that, for the ketogenic diet, for example, which is a high fat diet that a lot of people love and do really well on, for other people, it's not going to be optimal. And it's actually going to potentially make cholesterol levels spike and make people really sick. And so what it allows us to do is figure out what is going to be optimal for you individually. And we can also look at, for example, for performance, we can look at if your genes are the type of genes that you need to have extra recovery days in between. If you keep working out every single day, you're more likely to get injured. You're not going to have as good of performance versus if you take those days off, you're actually going to see an improvement in your performance. So we have this amazing report that will generate for you individually that will tell you based on your genes, how to optimize your lifestyle. Genes are probably only about 10% of the story. How you live your life is the other 90%. And we can all agree that eating lots of vegetables with different colors is super important, that getting enough sleep is important, that getting the right type of exercise is important. We can all agree on all that optimizing our stress by doing mindfulness activities. However, we can really fine tune it for individuals precisely by looking at your specific genes and saying that, for me, for example, I've got some genes that make me more likely to develop tendinopathies, tendon problems, have a torn tendon if I'm not having enough collagen, if I take certain antibiotics like fluoroquinolone. So now that I know that, I can take supplements to optimize my health, minimize injuries. That's just one example. I also recommend that we get labs at the time that we check your genes because the genes are only part of the story. So say your genes show that you're going to be really susceptible to having high cholesterol just based on some intolerances to fat, but you've been living your life and eating a diet that's perfect, your cholesterol might be just fine. Or vice versa, I get people that have no intolerances based on their genes, but their cholesterol is high because they're not living their lifestyle is not optimal for cholesterol in this case. So I always recommend that we do both of those in conjunction, and then we can kind of tell you like, okay, here's what you're predisposed to, and here's what's actually going on right now. And it gives us an amazing foundation to help you optimize your performance and your longevity and your wellness. So how does this work? I'm going to share my screen here and show you what it actually, if you want to sign up, what you have to do. So if you come to our website here, boosthealing.org, you can come over here and you can click on sign up for Wild Health Genomics. When you click on that, it's going to open up a different page here. And we are very fortunate to be using the Wild Health Clarity software to help produce your genomics reports. And they've done an amazing job. It's the first software out there that combines both your genomics with your current labs. So you fill all this information out here. And then I recommend that you do DNA sequencing. So that's basically checking your DNA. The epigenetic age is looking at your biologic versus your chronologic age. So if I'm 45 years old and I do my epigenetic age, it might say that actually based on my epigenetics, I'm only 42, or it might say that I'm 48, or it might say that I'm 60, or it might say that I'm 35. Some people really like this just to kind of see when they make changes in terms of what they're eating and what they're how they're living their life, that they can actually see themselves reverse age, but it's a little spendy. So I generally recommend that we just start with the DNA sequencing. The next thing that you need to do, I'm going to click back here, is back to the Boost portal. You're going to go to patient portal here, and you're going to need to sign up with our electronic health record as well. So if you're new to us, you want to come down here where it says new patient registration. You're going to click on that, and then you can fill all of your information out here so that we have your information in our portal in addition to the Wild Health portal. The next step after that will be one of our health coaches will reach out to you and help navigate you through the whole process. As soon as you click on the Genomics with the Clarity link, they'll send you a kit to your house. And then what you'll do is actually send the saliva sample back to them. It usually takes a few weeks for them to process all of the data. As soon as they process it, we'll get a report. In the meantime, hopefully we'll get you scheduled to come in and get some blood tests drawn. We can draw your tests either at our office in Moab or our office in Victor, or we can also schedule you to get drawn at any LabCorp around the country. And we're also fortunate to have really competitive pricing on the labs through Wild Health. So we're grateful for that as well. And we can pass that on to you. So a basic panel is about $300, and a more comprehensive panel is about $700. And those prices might change from when I'm giving this video right now. Those panels, if we were to do them in a local hospital, would probably be more like $4,500. I've tried it myself in local hospitals just to see the difference, and it's a lot more expensive. So we are grateful that we can get a really comprehensive picture of what's going on with you today for not a super expensive amount of money. And then what we do after that is we generate a report, which is going to show you exactly what's going on for your genomics now and your labs now. And then we can go over that with you and then set you up for what you need to optimize your performance, your longevity, your wellness, whatever your goals are. And we look forward to meeting you and working with you. Thanks for watching.